$1,000 fragrance haul. Yeah, that's roughly what I did. I spent right at $1,000 on 14 different fragrances, 8 new purchases, 6 testers. But today I'm only going to talk to you about 5 of them. I'm going to talk to you about 5 of the 14 fragrances that I purchased. Break it down for you and help you understand how I was able to get 14 fragrances for $1,000 and what 14 fragrances that I got. Okay, now before I get into that, I need something from you. I need you to like this video, I need you to share this video, and I need you to, if you haven't already, sub to the channel. I know y'all are subbing because the sub count is growing, and continue to check in. Continue to check in. Seattle, Washington, thank you for checking in. Virginia, thank you for checking in. Memphis 10, thank you for checking in. Oak Cliff, thank you for checking in, man. People have been checking in from everywhere. I appreciate it. Georgia been checking in. Alabama, everybody's been checking in. Louisiana, I need to hear from you. Florida, I need to hear from you. Y'all ain't representing. North Carolina, I need to hear from you. Brooklyn, you know, people up in Brooklyn, New York, they've been checking in. I appreciate that, guys. So no further ado, let's get right into this. First of all, I want to tell you about the testers that I got. I'm going to tell you about 3 of them anyway. I'm not going to tell you about the other 3 in this video, but I'm going to tell you about 3 of them. Same house, and all 3 of these are discontinued and hard to get your hand on. From the house of Terry Mugler, it is Pure Malt, Pure Havana, and Angel Man. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they don't make any of these anymore. Maybe they still make A-Man, but they changed the formulation or something. And of course, that's an older batch. But I know they do not make any more Havana, and they do not make any more malt. So these were the ones that I picked out as we were scrambling, trying to find testers that I was interested in. She pulled these 2 out, and I tried to keep my composure and stay cool and play it cool. Like Cash Money and Marvelous, I was playing it cool. I was like, man, yeah, I'll take those. So I was trying my best to play cool. But then I lost myself there for a minute, because when she asked me which one I wanted, I found myself turning in the radio. I said, both. Want both. Want both my fragrances. Where am I alone at? Where am I alone? Want both. And that's what I left with, both. But you know the DNA of this. Now, I will say this one right here. If you have, what is it, Insurrection Pure 2 Wild, or is it Dark? It is a carbon copy of this. So don't feel like you're missing anything if you don't have this. My advice is to just get the Insurrection Pure and save your money on getting this. Now, this is about 50% full, and it is 100 mils, so it's about 50 mils left. This is probably going up for sale. This is probably going up for sale. I like it, but it doesn't smell any different than it's up there in the corner, any different than the Insurrection Pure. So I'm not a Terry Mugler fanboy, so I don't just have to have it. I knew what it was, so that's why I jumped on it. So if you want this one, my email will be in the description. You can holler at me. Same thing goes for this one. Now, this is Pure Malt. I already have a bottle of Pure Malt. I already have a bottle of A-Man too, so the A-Man may be up for grabs as well. All 3 of these may be up for grabs. JP expressed interest in this, so I'm gonna talk with him and see if he's serious about it. And if he's serious about it, I won't sell this one. If he's not, then this one will be up for grabs too. They both will be up for grabs. Most of the time my prices include shipping, but you know, we will see. We'll talk about it and see, you know, see what you're talking about and see if we can make something happen. Now, I bought 3 gift sets in total, but I'm only going to talk to you about 2 of them today. Yeah, from the house of Polo. It is Polo 67, and this is what came in the gift set. Now, the reason that I was able to get so many fragrances at such a good price is because they do this thing called bounce backs. If you spend so much money, you get so much back. I got a total of 4 bounce backs. I got $100 coupon, I got a $50 coupon, and two $25 coupons. So with the $50 coupon, I took and I bought this. This gift set was marked at $110, and I redeemed the coupon, and I also got an additional 10% off for putting it on my card, on my dealer's card. So I got an additional 10% off on top of the $25 off, not 25, $50 on this one. So it brought the total purchase of the $110 gift set down to around $57, tax and all. So I mean, I could not beat that with a bat. So to tell you about this Polo 67. I like the fragrance. I really, really do. Is it the reinvention of the wheel? Well, hell no, it's not. What is it then, Trey? It's a mass appealing blue fragrance. It smells good, really crisp, really clean, really easy to wear, minimalistic. I don't want to think about it. I don't have to think about it. I can reach for my Polo blue. I can wear this 365 days of the year, winter, summer, spring, and fall, any occasion. It's just a Swiss Army knife. It is a daily driver. It is an easy to wear fragrance. This smells good. No one is going to tell you that you smell bad, nor are they going to tell you that they don't like this. From the house of Polo, it is Polo 67. I had my eye on that one for quite a while, and I finally got it, and I am happy that I did. Well, quite a while. I hadn't been out that long. I had my eye on it since it came out. This next one right here, I've had my eye on for quite a while, because you know, if you know anything about me and my channel, you know I am a fan of Azaro. So when I had an opportunity to get Azaro's the Most Wanted perfume, I took advantage of it. I jumped on it. And again, I try to get the gift sets because most of the time the gift sets are at least around the same price, and it gives me something to work with. So I have this 5 mil, 10 mil of Azaro the Most Wanted. That will be up for sale, up for grabs as well. Nice, smooth, cuddly, gourmandy, boozy scent. Perfect for this time of the year. Perfect for this time of the year. I'm a huge fan of the Azaro Most Wanted line. I think it is a banger line for the money, going all the way back to the original Wanted. I think in the last video I did, it took forever to load. I tried to load that video that morning, but it just would not load. Just wouldn't load. So by the time it finally got loaded, I think it was late Friday evening. But I'm a huge fan of the Wanted line. I love it. I love it. Love every fragrance in the line, including this one. It had eluded me for a while, but I got it. I didn't get any bounce backs on that one, as it was a part of the original purchase, which got me the $100 in bounce backs. So I didn't get any bounce backs on that one. But I did get some bounce backs that allowed me to purchase this one, as I've already went through the trouble of opening it and getting it ready. So I don't have to deal with the plastic rattling. From the house of Tom Ford. It is Tom Ford's Oud Minérale. And Big Daddy liked this. Big Daddy loved this. So the Oud Minérale for the 100 ml was originally $240. But with $100 worth of bounce backs and 10% off, it brought it down. Tax total out the door was $137 is what I paid. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. Now, do I like this fragrance? Yes. What is this fragrance, Trey? Oud and minerals. Oud Minérale. Very straightforward, very to the point. It's not a skanky animalic oud. It is a very smooth, easy to wear oud. It's not a barnyard oud. None of that. Get that out your head. What you get is oud and minerals. And I like it. Sweet, I'm sorry, not sweet, spicy, clean, and that oud. This is a fragrance that's perfect for this time of the year. I wear oud in the summertime, and I will wear this one in the summertime as well. Out of all the oud fragrances that I have, this may be the most wearable, and the most smooth, the most absolute subtle. And if you do the math, 14 fragrances for just under $1,000, it comes out to about $70 a fragrance, including this fragrance that retails for $240. It still breaks down to about $70 a fragrance. You can't beat that. Could I have taken the 100 and spent something? Yeah, but in the retail world, it's kind of hard to find a fragrance that's right at $100. Everything is $140. So my thoughts on it was, you know what? They're giving you 10% off. You're gonna pay for it anyway. You know, you have it paid off in a month or two, less than 2 months. You have it paid off probably around the first of the year. Late November, by the 1st of January, it'll be paid off. So, you know, you're gonna get 10% for putting it on your dealer's card, so take advantage, and that's what I did. But this is a great fragrance. I was really shocked. I guess this was a blind, well, no, it wasn't a blind buy because I sprayed it in the store. I never really heard of this fragrance. I hadn't heard anything about it, hadn't seen any reviews on it. And I was just, because they do this thing called, again, it's called Sensual. Not to be confused with Sensual Obsessions, but it's called Sensual, and it was great. They had food, drinks. The store was packed. It was people everywhere. There were young guys in there shopping for fragrance and chopping it up, talking about fragrances. And I was just eating it all up. I was just smiling, and they kept looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm great. I'm great." I was in my element. Just watching people be excited about fragrances was exciting. I enjoyed it. It was like early Christmas, but it was beautiful. It really was, to see that there are young guys that still are interested in fragrances. You know what I mean? Because it's a dying art. It's a dying art. But you know, they were in there and they had shopped, and you know, they had got their fragrances and picked up their bag. And again, you know, my bag was so big that you know, I'm still in a walking boot. And you know, I hobble a little bit. My bag was so big, I had 2 people ask me if I needed help on the way out the door. I promise you, but nonetheless. But big shout out to my girls over at Dillard's, Tristan and Lindsay, for always hooking your boy up and making sure I know about these events and making sure I leave a happy man and I get what I want. So yeah, I'm pleased. And I got another $25 off, $25, not 25%, but 25 actual dollars. I mean, they just scanned it and the price dropped, $25 in my car. But I think what I'm gonna do to redeem that one, I think I'm gonna trick the system a little bit. I think I'm gonna return one of the fragrances that I've already purchased and then turn right back around and repurchase it with the $25 off, because that fragrance was $103. Either that or I'll get a bigger size. I may go up a size. I got the smallest size that they had it in because it was so expensive. It's $180 regular price. I didn't want to pay that for it. So I took the 1.3 ounce, which was $100. So I may go up to the 2 ounce and then take the $25 off, and it may cost me $25 more. But then again, I don't really need, I'll probably just swap it and take the $25 off, and it'll bring that price down to about $78. So, but anyway, that is the first part of this fragrance haul. That is the absolute first part. So I'm gonna get off of here because I am tired. It has been a rough 2 days. Your boy has been running ragged for the last 2 days. So I'm looking forward to just chilling tomorrow, watching some football and doing some videos for you. But for now, I'm gonna get off, edit this video, and get it up to you. If I seem tired, it's because I am tired. It's probably about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have been going for the last 2 days. So somebody asked me in my comments, "Are you high?" Bro, I don't smoke weed. I ain't never been high or drunk a day in my life. I get high off life, you dig? So But anyway, guys, listen, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to make this clear. Without you, a large part of this is not possible, because part of the reason and part of the way that I'll be able to pay this off as quickly is YouTube, and that's you. So I appreciate you so much. And it's not about just going and buying new fragrances. It's a hobby. But in order to keep new stuff rolling on the channel, I do have to spend, which means there's probably going to be some old stuff go out, and I'll again pass along opportunities for stuff like this. And you may think, well, how does $30 help? I'll tell you how it helps. Because as soon as that $30 hit my account, I pick up the phone, which right now the balance is zero until all of this hits. Pick up the phone and make a payment. Every time I sell something, like that, box of fragrances that I bought from the Homeboy Cheapo Depot, a large part of that got sold. It got sold. But it put a lot of money in my pocket, and it allowed me to pay for the fragrances that I did want. And it also allowed me to pay off a previous charge that I had on there. So I mean, I don't let these charges go any more than 30 days. 35 days and they're out of there. Before the interest hits, they gone. But that's neither here nor there. But again, I do want to thank you for being the best part of this channel, and for helping your boy live his dream, and just for sharing it with me, simply by letting those ads roll. That means a big deal, not just to me, but to any YouTuber that you follow and that you like. Let them ads roll. I don't care if they're talking about toaster strudels. Let them roll. If you like them, let them roll, because that's going to put just a little bit of income back in their pocket to help the channel. All right. With that being said, I'm going to get off here, edit it, and do all of that stuff, because I got a big mess to clean up. And like I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Whew. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.